All right, all right. I just read something that my father wrote in my book, and it makes me smile, and it gets me like, okay, Dad. He says such beautiful words about me, and then when I come to something that man wrote, it just like I'm like, you know, my spirit, and then when I'm like, Dad, did you write this? Like, he'll let me know. No, I didn't write that. They wrote that. Because they wanted to, men wanted to be powerful. Man wanted to be the one that my dad loved, but it can't be that way. I just want to say something about the colors, okay? Because they do have deeper meaning, okay? Um, Red is the color of blood, right? When it hits the oxygen, it's red, the dark red. Um, Blue is royalty. It's a stone, sapphire, royal blue. That's the color of royalty. That's my sapphire stone, the promised stone. Okay. Red is just a color of blood. Okay. The stone, the promised stone, is sapphire, right? When combined with red, it makes purple. It makes purple. Now, those who receive eternal life through the blood is those who come through my womb, come through my womb, my children and my husband. Once we're our um, marriage is consummated, I think that's the word. And those children that come from him and I, they are holy. They possess the land. They marry into the the five children that I have. Do you understand? So it's always going to be royalty. My children with Michael are always going to be uh, kings and queens around the earth for 500 years or 1,000 years. I don't know. For eternity, we'll always have this. We'll always have this. This land. We'll always own this land, um, because of the seven that I have that are to come, but they come through this one. And what makes Michael pure is when we come together and we consummate and we have our children. So my dad loves him. My dad loves him. He's not a friend of God. He's he, he's a son. Like, he's a son-in-law, but he's a son. Like, he's man. And but because of me, he becomes his son. My dad calls him a servant in the book, but he serves me because I'm the queen. And men are supposed to serve. Like, my dad serves me. He serves me by making me happy, not like he's lower than me. That's what his thing is, to do for me. You know what I'm saying? And that I'm happy, taken care of, and my spirit, I obey him, I serve him. It's equal. You know what I'm saying? But he's powerful. He's all powerful. Like, it's hard to explain. But a man is supposed to lift his wife up. Do you understand? That's what I mean by servant. And my dad's spirit lifts me up. So that's what I mean by, like in my book, he said, like after you obey me and be a servant to the people, I'm going to take off my robe and I'm going to serve you. I am going to set a table. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. I hope you guys do. My spirit is is pleasant to my dad, and in the physical, he loves Michael because he in the physical in my body, he he's going to display the feelings of my dad. My dad chose chose his body to use to be with me. We become one. So yeah, purple, red, and blue together makes purple one. All right. So there you have the purple rain. All right. So let's go to Baruch. Wait, there was something I wanted to say about. See something here. All right, we're back. And you know what? So funny is, well, it's not funny. It feels, my lower back is from like I think I'm having a lot of these pains, maybe because of witchcraft, but eventually I'll be delivered from it. It's like I can't go to no doctor and be like, it's gonna last as long as my dad says it's gonna. Oh, butterfly. And so I have to endure, until the end. So, let's see. Okay. There are some things I want to talk about. Angels, there was a male cop at the entrance of the court, take his job, and then there's a heavyset cop that's sitting in front of the staircase. I don't like his attitude. Take his job. And if these two females that I dealt with today with my thing put a stop, was like they had this somewhere and she knew where it was, and the girl Valentina whatever was holding it, take their job. Okay, so it is what it is. My dad uses everybody. He's gonna use everybody. He tests them every single time, and it seems like they fail it every single time. And there was a guy in front of me decided he was going to smoke weed and drive. Okay, he's going to die of lung cancer. Everybody who, listen, there are people who are on drugs, like because of their sin against me. Okay, some will be delivered. If you're doing your drugs, you're in the house and you're doing your thing by your lonely, that's fine. But if you're on the street, driving a vehicle, smoking weed, putting everybody else at risk, no. Okay, you die. All right, that's just it. You die. We're not playing games here. We're done. Done playing games. You don't do that. They literally don't know who they're messing with. Oh, they know, but they still want to play stupid. So I just got to send them to the hell from which they came from. Anyway, Let's talk about in praise of wisdom. This is Baruch chapter 3. Listen, America, to the commands that promise life. Listen to the words that come out of my mouth that promise life. Pay attention, my butterflies, and you will become wise. Why is it, America, that you find yourselves in an enemy land? Why? Why are we in Egypt right now? Although we're here in our land, but the enemies are taking over. Why? Okay? Why is it, America, that you find yourselves in the enemy's land? Why have you grown old in a foreign country where all these foreigners are here, speaking different language? They don't understand nothing. They don't know what it's like to be, discriminated against. Why they buying up our land? Listen, let me tell you something. Stop going to these foreign countries, their stores, the Chinese stores, the whatever foreign country, they speak a different language. No. Stop going to their restaurants. Nothing. Buy nothing. Go to the store, buy your food and cook it. I said it yesterday. I think I said it yesterday. Stop. Cook at home. Stop eating Egyptian food. Stop it. And like I said, they got foreigners working there. Stop going. Stop going. Stop going. Stop investing your money in them. Because the more you continue to go there, you're giving them money to stay here. And I want them out. Now, this is the thing. Okay? I want to make sure everybody understands that those people, their parents are from a different country, right? And you don't want to be separated from your family. And you speak a different language. You don't speak just one language, okay? You speak your native language and American. You got to go where your parents are going. But that's not a bad thing, because as you go over there, if you love me and you fear God, as you go over there, you can be used, because I do believe that there are countries that are going to start speaking our language. You become a teacher over there of our language, so when they come here, they can speak that language, because we're not going to have signs for different languages here. So you could become a teacher and live over there with your people and teach them the language, okay? So, but if you speak more than one language, you can't live here. You will not be able to live here. You got to go to the country in which you speak the language. That's it. That's it. We're not catering to Jacob, the Gentiles. They got to go to where they belong. It's okay. You might be famous because you lived here with the Lord. They're like, oh, you lived in America. Yeah, I did. But I'm back now. It's gotta be that way. Okay. What is it, Israel, that you find yourselves? Why is it, America, that you find yourselves in the enemy land? Why have you grown old in a foreign country? You are ritually unclean like the dead. You are already counted among the dead. But why? It is because you have left the source of wisdom. You have left love. If you had walked in my Father's ways, you would have lived in peace forever. And that's, that goes for, Richie. If he had listened to me and he had kept his vows, he would have lived in peace forever. Learn where understanding, strength, and insight are to be found. Understanding, strength, and insight are to be found from listening to me, obeying me, loving me, believing in the words that I'm speaking to you. I'm giving you good food now. Listen. I'm going to have to come a little closer to my camera because my back is like backing. Okay? This is so beautiful. If you had walked in my Father's ways, you would have lived in peace forever. Learn where understanding, strength, and insight are to be found. Then you will know where to find a long and full life, light to guide you, and peace. No one has ever found where wisdom, I'm going to say love, lives, or has entered her treasure house. And those who have tried have vanished. Those who tried to enter my spirit and tried to enter my spirit and tarnish it have vanished. They were killed. And if they ain't dead, they're going to be dead. The rulers of the nations, those who hunted wild animals and birds for sport, those who accumulated vast fortunes of silver and gold, which everyone trusts and will do anything to get, and those who worried and schemed to make money, but who left no trace of their work behind. If love doesn't build a house, the builders build it in vain. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do the video like this because my back is backing today. But I'm determined to get this done. And those who worried and schemed to make money, but who left no trace of their works behind, they have vanished. They have all disappeared and gone down to the world of the dead. So when my dad had handed me over to his enemies, they did all this, got money, gold, hunted. They were doing all kinds of things. The rulers of the nations. They have all disappeared and gone down to the world of the dead. Others have come along to take their place. And a later generation was born and lived in the land, but they too did not discover the way to love, to wisdom. They did not find the path to love. They did not find the path to wisdom or ever reach her. Their children also failed. Wisdom was not found by the Canaanites. She has not been discovered by the Edomites, although they searched after her. The way to wisdom, the way to love, has not been found by the merchants of Moran and Tema, or by those who relate fables, or by any others who seek understanding. Love hasn't been found by those who tell lies, or by any others who seek understanding. O America, how great is the universe in which my Father dwells. How vast is all that he possesses. There is no end to it. There is no way to measure how wide or how high it is. Here in early times, the famous giants were born, a mighty race skilled in war, but my Father did not choose them to be his people or show them the way of wisdom. They died out because they had neither understanding nor insight. No one has ever gone up into the heavens to get wisdom, to get love and bring her down out of the clouds. No one has sailed across the seas to find wisdom, to find love, or to bring her with or bought her with precious gold. No one knows how to get to her or how to discover the path that leads to her. The only one who knows wisdom, the only one who knows love is God. And he knows all things. With wisdom, with understanding, he founded her. He created her. He created me. He established the earth for all times and filled it with all kinds of animals. The light trembled and obeyed when she called. He is it. He sent it forth and appeared. Wisdom called the stars, and my father promptly answered. They took their places and gladly shone to please the one who called them and to please the one who made them. He is my father, and there is no one like him. He discovered the entire path leading to understanding and gave wisdom to his servant Israel, Michael, whom he loved, whom she loved. From that time on, wisdom appeared on earth and lived. Love appeared on earth and lived among you guys. He gave wisdom to David, whom she loved. From that time, it's whom she loved. From that time on, love appeared on earth and lived among you guys. Here I am, hi, with a back full of pain, okay? Wisdom is a book of God's laws, God's commandments. I'm his word. The law that will last forever. All who hold on to love will live, but those who abandon her will die. Turn away from wisdom, turn away from love, people of America, and turn to love, people of America, and take hold of her. Make your way towards the splendor of her light. Do not surrender your glorious privileges to any other people, to any other ruler. How happy you Americans are, people. How happy you are, people of America. You have the advantage of knowing what is pleasing to my Father. You guys have the advantage of other countries to know what pleases my Father, because I can tell you how to live, like how to keep yourself alive. What an advantage, people of America, knowing what pleases God. Comfort for Jerusalem. Take courage, my children. You are the one who keeps... Oh, wait, no. Here it goes. Take courage, my daughter. You are the one who keeps America alive. They were sold to Gentile nations, but not to be destroyed, because Americans made God angry. Because you guys made my Father angry, he handed you over to your enemies. When you offered sacrifices to demons instead of love, you praised money, people, and places. Those are sacrifices to me. Like you gave your praise, your worship, your bodies, your children to money, people, places, and things. You gave them honor and praise when they did filthy and disgusting things. So when you guys did that, instead of praising me, you took me and decided, no, we're going to do away with her, but we're going to worship celebrities Okay? That's what made my father angry. And that's why he handed you guys over to high prices, diseases, and everything else. Okay? When you offered sacrifices, when you gave your money and your praise and your time to demons, when you offered sacrifices, okay, yeah, because you made my father angry, he handed you over to your enemies. When you offer sacrifices to demons instead of love, you angered the one who created you. You forgot the eternal God who had nourished you, the eternal love. You forgot eternal love who had nourished you as a child, and so you brought grief on her. You brought grief to Jerusalem, to Zion, which is me, who had been like a mother to you. Love saw that God was punishing you because he was angry. And she said to all the neighboring cities, look at the great misery that God has brought on my children. I saw my sons and daughters taken into captivity. Like, it's crazy. I saw my sons and daughters taken into captivity, and captivity brought on them a captivity that a captivity brought on them by the eternal God, by my Father. I brought up my children with great delight, but I cried and mourned when they were taken from me. Let no one take pleasure in my suffering now that I am a widow. So many of my children have been taken from me, strung out on drugs, fighting, cursing. They just have been taken from me. They turned away from God's law. They turned away from God's love. And their sins have made me a deserted city. Like, I'm deserted, honestly. Without children, without a husband, nothing. Like, without I'm alone here in the physical. And it is suffering to me to not be able to hug and kiss my people and bless their children and enjoy dancing and singing with them, birthday parties and stuff like that. Like, I am desolate. Like my dad said, I liken her to like a comely woman in a cucumber field. Like comely, a beautiful woman in a cucumber field. Just no one around. No one around to enjoy, you know, my presence, my love that I have to give. They turn away from God's daughter, anointed one, and their sins have made me a deserted city. I'm the city on a hilltop. They had no respect for his commandments and would not live by them. They refused to let him guide. They refused to let me. You refuse to let me guide you in the way of righteousness. All you neighboring cities, come and consider how my eternal God, my Father, has sent my children into exile. He brought against them a nation from far away, a shameless nation that speaks foreign languages and has no respect for the elderly and no respect for children. These people carry off my beloved sons and daughters. These people carry off my beloved sons and took away my daughters, and I was left a widow completely alone. I'm going to stop right there, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Mwah. Mwah.